Previously on Gray Man Walking.
Jackie on the Go says, would you do it again?
I would not. From the beginning, I was not a backpacker. I am not a backpacker. I'm not a long distance hiker. I've never had a backpack on in my life before I set out on this journey. I have no plans to do any other long distance hikes. I'll probably do some short day hikes with my grandkids. I don't have any other plans to hike. Just like I said, if the grandkids want to go somewhere and do something, I'll probably walk with them. But I don't. This is one and done for me. Good morning, and welcome back to Gray Man Walking. Contrary to rumors out there about people maybe not ever doing another hike, I find myself about 3.5 miles in on the Benton MacKaye trail. I teamed up with a buddy from New York, that's Nails, who I met last year on the AT. And we decided to come down here and do this slightly under 300-mile walk. It's November 3rd. Y'all won't be seeing these until December. I'm not going to post the videos until I get home. But it's a beautiful fall day. Sky is as blue as it can be. Unfortunately, our first day is a almost 5,000 foot climb. We've been climbing since we started. That's why I haven't filmed anything, because y'all know I can't film and walk uphill at the same time. I got to breathe or film, one or the other. So I think we got the first 6 miles is the bulk of that climb. And I think there's a fire tire on top, so I'll probably show you that when I get up there. So welcome back. Come along, see how we get along with this trail that roughly covers the same distance as the Appalachian Trail does, from Springer to roughly Davenport Gap. The Benton MacKaye takes a little bit different route, crosses the AT a couple times. So we're going to check it out, spend a month out here in the woods. So we're going to enjoy it, because that's what we do. All right. All right, we're about six miles in for the day. We're just about to the top of the mountain we're climbing. It turns out that since we're doing the Benton MacKaye Sobo, we've actually had the biggest climb of the entire trail. We're going to get to the highest point of the whole Benton MacKaye today, and it's about 40, how many feet up? 42. About 4,200 feet of climb in 6 miles. So I haven't been able to film anything because it's been pretty much up the entire way. Right here at the top, it has leveled out just a little bit. So we're gonna get to the fire tire, take a break and eat some lunch. Well, we made it to the high point of the Benton MacKaye. There's a fire tower up here that old gray man doesn't need to walk up. But we sit here, we had our lunch. Nail's still over there finishing his. There's other campers up here. This is actually an official campsite. So it looks like we got about 6 more miles to go, but it should be a much easier walk than what we've experienced this morning. All right, so we're starting back down a little bit. We think we got a nice little ridge walk all the way into our shelter area. And I think for this next 6 miles is only about 800 feet of gain. Most of it's just level. So part of the reasons why I decided to do this, when I went to Vermont and picked up Slider from her long trail trip, I called Nails. He lives in Vermont, in New York, right on close to the Vermont border, and met him up there for lunch, and we got to talking, and he said he was thinking about coming down here and doing a hike this fall. So I told him I'd be interested, and a little later, I don't know, a month went by or so, and I texted him, said, "You still interested?" And he said yes. So we made our plans, and I kind of come to the conclusion that if somebody wants to do a little hike like this, I'm going to be inclined to do it. I'm not trying to prove anything anymore after the AT. That was the quest. This is just for fun. This is just social. If something happens, can't finish or have to go home, I won't worry about it. But Gray man, if he can stay out here, he will. So trail's much more favorable this afternoon than what it was this morning, so happy about that. Well, I'm taking advantage of this little downhill to catch y'all up on a couple things. I pretty much am using all the gear that I used on the AT last year. I've got my Dutchware Banyan Bridge hammock and tarp. I've got the same 10-degree lighting equipment quilt. Got my Jackstraw Better under quilt. Same pillow. Because I had my stove and pot and spoon left over from last year. I'm using the same topos. This time they're Ultra Venture 4s. They're going up a number. But the same yellow beam pants, the same shirt, the same mid layer, same wool base layer in case I need to put on something dry. But the only thing I bought new for this trip, I bought some new Injinji toe socks. Bought a new water filter. I did get a new Fanny pack from Hilltop Packs. It's the roll top version. So it's actually a pretty big bag. You can roll it down to whatever size you need. So I'm trying it out for the first time today, of course, and so far so good. I put half a sub in there from Subway and carried it all day. It did very well. So as far as the gear goes, I'm doing just about the same thing I carried last year. There's a few little changes and upgrades, but nothing major. Truthfully, everything worked for me good last year. So that's the gear update. Ever since we come from the fire tire, it's been a nice cruisy walk. So I hope that continues for a while. Not sure how well this will show up, but this is a wild hog wallow. We've seen about 4 of these, and we also saw where they rooted up the ground a little bit. I didn't see any hog evidence when I came through the Smokeys on the AT, but you've already seen some. I'd hate to run into one. I hear they're kind of nasty tempered critters. About 9 miles in for the day. Got about 3.5 more to go, or so. A little more than 10 miles in. We're walking around the side of the ridge. It's a very nice walk. One of the other new pieces of gear I'm trying this year is a bear canister. I thought, what the heck, I'd give it a try and see how it works. I bought the 500. They say to try to locate it in the middle of your pack. So I put my quilt all the way in the bottom in its own trash compactor bag. And then I put the bear can in, and I take my underquilt and force it around it. Of course, this is also in its own compactor bag. The bear can and everything that goes on top is in the second contractor bag. So yeah, I stuffed my underquilt under it, and you know, the hammock and the puffy jacket and the little booties that I've got, my electronics, they all go on top. And I can tell you, I can just barely get my pack closed. So I brought my food bag with me, so if I wanted to switch it out, I probably could, but I thought I'd try it, just see how I got along with it. And I may try moving around a little bit. I may try putting both quilts in the bottom and in the bear canister. See, but so far today I can't really tell much difference between food bag or bear canister, but I always had my heavy food bag on top of my pack, and that's the worst place to have your extra weight. All right, enjoying this contour walk. All right, our first Benton MacKaye trail is done. We did about 12.8 miles. Only 12 miles were Benton MacKaye miles. The campground where we started this thing, Sobo, is, I think, Big Creek Campground was closed, so we had to park out further. We couldn't park in the campground proper, so had about an 0.8 of a road walk to get to the trailhead. But that plus our 12 miles today was over 5,200 feet of climb, and I think it was 13 something down. So it was a big day, particularly first day, but that's the way it rolls. The reason we decided to go Sobo, we thought, since we had to get our Smokeys permit and say where we were going to camp each night, we figured it'd be easier just to go ahead and do that from home, plan it out, and then go ahead and just do it and get it behind us. So that's why we decided to go Sobo. So in camp, had something to eat, ready for some good rest and recuperation after today. So hope I can crawl out of this thing tomorrow and do it again. So good night, y'all.